G'day YouTube. Well, today we have a car in for a service. It's actually my brother-in-law's car. G'day Julian, if you're watching this video. Must be a bit odd seeing your car on the internet like that, but yeah, I've obviously stuck some paper over the number plate so you guys can't read it because, yeah, I don't really think everyone needs to know what his rego number is. I do realise I haven't done the sticker, but I don't think you can read that in the video. Okay, well, it's in for a service, which means oil change, air filter, and I don't know the service history of this car, so also spark plugs, because it was running a tiny bit rough after it sat for a few days or something like that, so, you know, for the first 30 seconds of running, so I think maybe the spark plugs are at their used by, or I'm wrong and they've just been done, but anyway, so spark plugs, oil change, air filter. I've also got a coolant cap for the bottle because I don't know how old the cap is, so I'm assuming it's more than 12 months old, so I'm going to throw the cap out. Also we have, it was center cap, like this one, yeah. This is the wheel that's missing one. I've got a whole lot of parts sitting in the boot. Also the other thing is I've got the keys with me, but probably, I don't know if you can see that from here, but yeah, we got the, there you go, you can just see the electric window controls. There's one for the mirror, to adjust the mirrors, and it's broken off, so they're basically $80 free postage on eBay for a new one, so I think we might replace that too. One of the tyres leaks. This tyre, it seems to leak air. Yep, definitely down today, so this wheel can come off and that tyre can be fixed. It's a little bit scrubbed out on the inside and outside edges because it's been, it goes flat, so like I said, I mean clearly this tyre's flatter than the rest, so, and I only pumped it up yesterday, so the brakes are good. There's heaps of meat left on the pads, as you may or may not be able to see. The rotors are good. They're, they're a little bit worn, but they're still very serviceable. I mean, this thing's like 2011, so it's an FG Series 2 or Mark 2 or whatever they're calling them. So yeah, probably the next step is to go get the load of parts out of the boot and actually do a short video on what I've actually got for it. The parts were surprisingly cheap. I did get trade because, when you start talking like you know anything about cars, they seem to be happy to give you trade prices. But yeah, it's a pretty nice car. Drives fairly well. It is out of alignment. It does seem to pull slightly, although it could be that that front left tyre is slightly more worn, because if you look at this tyre's sort of got some meat on the outside, in both outside edges of the tyre. This sort of is a bit scrubbed, so maybe that's why it's pulling to the left. I don't know, but I'll see about getting an alignment through Ford, because I don't trust any of those tyre guys to do an alignment. Yeah, maybe fixing a puncture or something, but yeah, I'm not going to let them do an alignment on somebody else's car. Especially not one that's this new, It's really, I recommend everybody watching the video to buy genuine parts wherever possible. I mean, things like suspension bushes, go get your aftermarket stuff, they're perfectly fine, but, genuine radiator caps, for example, genuine oil filters if you can buy them. There's nothing wrong with the aftermarket cartridges, but I generally find the genuine stuff is often the same price or cheaper than a lot of the aftermarket bits, and it maintains the original specifications, the original quality that Ford built into the car, or Holden, or whoever else, whichever brand of car you're working on. Like genuine brake pads. A lot of the aftermarket ones, including Bendix, I don't like. I'm partial to the Brembo pads on my car, the VS, but yeah, this thing's coil on plug, so you do have to undo probably a torque screw or something to get the spark plugs out. I'll show you guys all that. So there's not really much else to say at this point, but yeah, like I said, in for a service, and I'm also doing anything that's missing or broken, which is not that much obviously, because he looks after his car very nicely, which is a change from a lot of other people and a lot of other cars I work on. Usually, even cars that are around the 2010, 7 mark, whatever, usually have heaps of stuff that's broken, but this has been looked after really well. So yeah,